Joey Long. Good morning, Joey. How are you?
I'm good, Seth. Good morning to you and everyone listening in.
Absolutely. Well, thanks for coming on the show with us as always. And Joey, candlelight tours continue on here in the month of December. I believe we have this week and next, and those are wrapped up for the season. How are candlelight tours going?
Well, they certainly started off well. The first night of candlelight tours, when we opened the doors at 5 o'clock, we had people already standing in line on the sidewalk, to come in. So it was a full house that night, and lots of people attended. I think it was maybe just at 100 or over. And so that was a great start. The next week, the numbers were down a little bit from that, but still a good time. And I would say the same with last week. So hopefully this week there'll be more people come out and come in. One of those nights we kind of had the weather going against us. It was quite rainy, and I can understand how some people would maybe think that they'd rather stay in and not go out in the rain and the cold that evening. But I hope that people will take a chance if they haven't been out already this season. Come and take a look, walk around the museum, look at all the decorations, hear some of the stories that we might have to share, take a look at the exhibits and the artifacts, and, run into some people that they know, and just, have a good time meeting with people and enjoying the decorations and taking in the experience of, Christmas time.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. What is the theme for this year? How is the house all decorated up for this year, Joey?
They do have a different theme each year, and this year the theme is a Christmas ball. So the house is all staged as if there is a Christmas ball taking place in the house. So it's really cute how they did this. So in the kitchen, it is staged with an amazing assortment of candies and cookies and cakes, as if, the people in the kitchen would be quite busy trying to, serve all of these nice desserts to everyone in attendance. Upstairs in the ladies' bedroom, you'll see that there are clothes thrown all over the bed and whatnot. It's kind of staged to be in disarray, as if, maybe a young lady was having a difficult time trying to select what she might want to wear to the ball. And then the library is staged as a place where they are serving punch and maybe a little scotch, and maybe enjoying a couple of cigars. So kind of a gentleman's retreat in the library.
Joey, when it comes to just the atmosphere of the homestead on a night of a candlelight tour, it's one of those things, particularly if there's kind of a chill in the air, you've got that Christmas feel outside, just very, boy, I don't even know, like nostalgic in a way inside, with the natural light of the Christmas lights and the homestead and those sorts of things. Just give us an idea of what the feel and the vibe is like inside the homestead on a candlelight tour night.
Well, I would say that you get an amazing feel or vibe, as you put it, even before you enter the house. This year and the previous year, they have put so much effort into lighting the ground. So even when you're entering, going up that sidewalk, you're walking under several arches that are lit, and we have music playing as you approach the house. And then when you walk in, of course, you're greeted with smiles at the door. Everyone, welcomes you in. And then, yes, if you've seen the house during the day, it has a certain feel, I guess you would say. But it's nothing like coming in the evening and experiencing the house when it's lit by candlelight. And this year, we have in the music room alone so many candles, and it just, when you step into that room with all of those candles lit, it just really, really takes you back in time.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah, very good. And when it comes to, you talked about just the socialization that you get when you're there. You find yourself walking around and you're just talking to people and kind of enjoying the homestead itself. It's you kind of get lost in just the tour, but you also get lost in the conversation with people. That was the experience I had last year as we came out for it, which was very nice. It was nice to run into people and so you see people a lot of times that you didn't know may be involved in the homestead, or they're there helping out and volunteering. That's another part of it as well.
Yes, you're right about that. We have a board of directors, and it's a working board. And these people put in countless hours every year on many projects and things. But they go about it quietly. They just do it, not so much in the public eye. But on the candlelight tour evenings, they're there, of course, hosting the event. And it is an opportunity for people to see and meet and greet and talk with the people who are on the DeWitt County Museum Association Board of Directors, who, put so much effort into not just decorating the house and the grounds for the candlelight tours, but also all the things that we do all year long. And then I would say, going back to, your original comment about, all of the people that you might meet and, have the opportunity to visit with and whatnot, that is a big part of it. It's not just, the feeling that you get, because, everyone's celebrating the holidays and you're taking in the decorations, or that you're stepping back in time, into the Victorian mansion. But the people, that is a huge part of the experience. It's almost like stepping into a Christmas party. You don't know who all will be there. Chances are there will be people there who you know and you're fond of, and it gives you an opportunity to, visit with those people that you might not have had an opportunity otherwise during this season. So it's just full of good cheer. Feels so good, and I encourage people to come out.
Joey Long is, again, the director of the DeWitt County Museum, and C.H. Moore Homestead, our guest on the phone here for this morning as we continue to talk about candlelight tours. Joey, do you wait to put together attendance numbers until the end of the season, or are you kind of tracking those week by week and, kind of checking out where people are coming in from? How about that?
We tally it each week, and so at the door, they tally how many people come through. And then we have a guest register, which it's very valuable to us. The guest register, people sign in, and we do ask, what town or towns they're from. And that shows us where we are getting the message out, how people are learning about us, how far people are traveling to attend this event, and very helpful tools. So all three of the candlelight tours that we've had so far, there's a good number of people that are coming, not just from out of town, but also out of county. So it's good to see that. And some of these people, it's their first time to come to the candlelight tours. Some people come every year, and it's gotten to the point where, I recognize their faces and know their names. And it's always nice to see those people come into. There's a couple from Bloomington that comes every year, one from Springfield. It's just a nice thing to see that people that come once want to come back time and again. And it's also good to see that we have people that are coming for the first time.
No question about it. Very good, Joey. Well, I'll tell you what, as I look at the clock, we're coming up on needing a break. What have I not discussed with you, Joey? What have you not mentioned today about the candlelight tours that we should know and you should put out there for us?
Well, maybe I should let people know the time. So the candlelight tours are in the evenings from 5 to 8 p.m., with the doors closing at 7:30 p.m. And you don't have to have tickets. You don't have to have reservations. You just come and pay your $5 admission at the door. The tours are self-guided, so they begin upon your arrival. And we have parking available on the west side of the museum in that lot. But on these occasions, we always need that overflow parking So that lot is located directly across the street from the museum to the south. And also for this occasion, normally people would be entering the west porch door, but for candlelight tours, we ask the guests to enter at the front door. And I would also add that the museum's gift shop is also open during these extended hours.
So a reminder there, and some great stuff in the gift shop as well. It's worth browsing, taking a few minutes to check it out.
Absolutely, yes.
Joey, again, where do folks go to learn about all things DeWitt County Museum, C.H. Moore Homestead, and the candlelight tours?
They can go to our website, which is chmoorehomestead.org. They can follow us on our Facebook page. That would be C.H. Moore DeWitt County Museum. Or they can give us a call if they have any questions, and that number is 217-935-6066. Or, of course, they're welcome to stop by the museum, and we are located at 219 East Woodlawn in Clinton.
Joey Long, director of the DeWitt County Museum and C.H. Moore Homestead, is our guest on the phone this morning. More to come with Joey on the WHOW Morning Show.
WHOW.
MR Systems Wireless is your local internet provider for Clinton and surrounding area. They have the products you want and the local service you deserve. MR Systems Wireless Internet service for home or business includes unlimited data, unlimited streaming, and unlimited calling. Plans start at just $48 a month and get a free Roku 4 lease with our media packages. Get the speed you need with MR Systems Wireless. Call them at 935-2100. That's 935-2100 for MR Systems Wireless.
If you're looking for the latest in local hunting and fishing information, then join us for Central Illinois Outdoors with me, Jared White. Saturdays at 9:30 a.m. and Sundays at 8 a.m. here on WHOW. Every weekend, we'll offer detailed Central Illinois fishing reports from professional guides. We'll swap stories with local celebrity sportsmen, and I'll invite you to share your favorite stories as well. Central Illinois Outdoors with Jared White every weekend on all WHOW platforms and on demand at centralillinoisoutdoors.com. Brought to you by Bob Ridings in Pana, the Clinton, Illinois Chamber of Commerce and Tourism Bureau, and Locked and Loaded in Pana.
If you're looking for a healthcare provider that truly cares about you and your family's well-being, the SIU Center for Family Medicine is now accepting new patients. They're available to help you live your healthiest life. Regular checkups with a healthcare provider can be the key to a healthier you. Take charge of your health and join their caring community of patients. Call 217-735-2317 or click their icon at DeWittDailyNews.com to schedule your first appointment. At the SIU Center for Family Medicine, they're not just your healthcare providers, they're your partners in wellness.
Hey, this is Todd Gleason from Illinois Extension here with a time change for our daily market report on WHOW. You can now catch our daily review of the commodity markets at 5:06 on all of WHOW's many platforms. You'll still hear all of our commodity analysts and weather professionals each afternoon, but at a brand new time. And you'll still hear the weekly wrap-up of the commodity markets right here on WHOW when Commodity Week airs Saturdays at 8:30 a.m. Remember the time change for the daily closing market report on WHOW at our new time, 5:06 p.m. weekdays.
Your friend in Central Illinois, WHOW.
Once again, good morning. Thanks for being with us. I'm your host today, Seth Lawrence. The WHOW Morning Show streams to Facebook and YouTube, brought to you by Peterson Insurance, your Pekin Insurance agent in Clinton. Joey Long, director of the DeWitt County Museum, C.H. Moore Homestead, is on the phone with us here for this morning. And Joey, you know, as we wrap up the candlelight tours, which we've spent most of the conversation today talking about, once those wrap up, it's quickly to the end of the year for the homestead, and a reminder that the homestead does close down once January 1 comes around. What's the last few weeks of the year look like at the homestead, though, for the time being?
Well, we still stay busy. I think there are a lot of people who, want to be sure and get that visit in before we close for the winter. So the museum will be closed this year on both Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve this year. That's not always the case, but this year it is. And so they would have until December 30th. And we do talk a lot about the candlelight tours, but I would also like to remind people that the museum It's also open, now to the end of the year for daily tours, as we are, most of the time. And so those hours are Tuesdays through Saturdays, 10 to 5, and then 1 to 5 on Sundays. So, well, yes, it's a very nice experience to come and enjoy the museum for a candlelight tour. The daytime tours are nice as well. We don't have as many lights on, and the candles are not lit, of course, but still, it's a great opportunity to come in and take in, all of the decorations. I would say that if you come for a daily tour, you are probably going to have a more enriched experience, as in if you are wanting to, hear some stories, discuss things, maybe see some artifacts closer up, or if you just, want to avoid a more crowded situation. Yesterday, for example, I had a gentleman in. He was from Michigan, his mother from Decatur. She was in a wheelchair. He was here spending some time with her. And so he wanted to treat her, and he brought her to the museum. And they spent maybe an hour touring the museum. And it melted my heart when he left. I thanked them for coming, and he thanked me for a nice tour and, said that they enjoyed it. And then he told me, he said, between a couple of recent emergency room visits, we didn't even know if we would have my mother for Christmas, and I appreciate the opportunity to be able to bring her here and make one more nice memory with her. So
Yeah, nice.
Yeah,
for sure. Very good. Good stuff, Joey. Yeah, so keep that in mind. The homestead is open during the days up until the first of the year. And so once things do close down at the first of the year, Joey, what's the plan? Why does the museum do that? And what is the plan for the downtime this particular year? How about that?
well, January and February and March are obviously not big travel times. And so while we are closed January and February and March, we roll the sleeves up and we are working the whole time. So first week of January, first or second week of January, when we start working on festival preparation. January 15th is when I reopen our email account that takes in all of the applications to be first-time vendors at the festival. And then on my list of projects, I am going to be concentrating on the collection itself, working on, photographing, documenting various artifacts, assigning them numbers, and taking care of things in that way. Why is that important? Well, I would say, this chair, here's a nice chair, an 1880s chair. That's good. But, where did it come from? Is there anything significant about it? Is it tied to DeWitt County? If so, who owned it? What was that person's life like? What do we know about them? And so I feel like it's really important to not just have these objects, but we need to also have the stories behind the objects. And that is my major goal during these months, is to really dig into these things, create files for them, in detail, so that we will know now and in future generations more about these treasures that we have at the museum.
So, Joey, when it comes to looking to, I'll tell you what. Let's save that conversation. A look back at the year and a look ahead to 24. We'll save that conversation for January. But as it relates to coming up during the downtime, does the museum board get involved in terms of, do they come out and help with some of these projects, or is that it's kind of a working board? Is it kind of a working time for them as well?
Oh, yes. They come out, roll up the sleeves, and do things. For instance, I guess it would have been the first of this year when we were closed. They took on quite a few projects, and among those would be they refloored and repainted one of the bathrooms. And then we also had what had been originally a linen closet in the upper hall. And back at the very beginning, they modified that, took the doors off, put in some glass shelving, and that was where the doll display had been for decades. And they decided that they would like to take the dolls, put them in storage, and replace those doors, which, absolutely takes the house back to what it originally was. And so that was a big project too. The doors, we found the doors in the attic. And so the gentleman got to work on that, sanding them and getting them back up. And so there's just always something to be done during those months, things that, you cannot necessarily do when you're open. It looks like the board is looking at possibly during these 3 months coming up of being closed, taking up some carpet and replacing it or refinishing floors, something along those lines. So definitely big projects that take a lot of time that you can't be working on when you're inviting people in to tour the house.
Very good, Joey. I look at the clock. I need to let you go. Where do folks go to learn about all things DeWitt County Museum, the candlelight tours that have a few more opportunities to get out and check those out, or the year ahead, all things DeWitt County Museum? Where do they go? Who do they call?
Well, they can go to our website. It's chmoorehomestead.org. We have the Facebook page for the C.H. Moore Homestead DeWitt County Museum, or they're welcome to give us a call at 217-935-6066.
Joey Long, DeWitt County Museum Director, our guest on the phone. The morning show streams to Facebook and YouTube, brought to you by Peterson Insurance, your Pekin Insurance agent in Clinton.